Hey class, this is part 2 of the video, and this is going to be going over how do you actually take a wave, an actual picture of a wave, and find its period, frequency, and we're also going to be reviewing wavelength. So I'm going to go over how to do those things and also go over what those terms mean. So if we're taking a look at the screen up here, you'll see that frequency, so we've already discovered or talked about what that is, and there's a model here. So low frequency, medium frequency, high frequency is how many waves there are per second. Actually, frequency is how many waves there are over a given amount of time. The unit that we use for frequency is hertz. And that unit, so a hertz, is waves per second. Now, you're going to be asked to find the hertz. So how do we actually find that? And it's actually pretty simple. So the first thing is we need to know how long this takes. I'm going to keep it easy for us. So assume each wave has taken 1 second. So that was 1 second long. And we need the number of waves. So first thing we need to do is count up how many waves are here. So this is when you have to kind of review a wavelength. So it's from one wavelength is when the wave starts to repeat itself. So in this case we go from this top to this top would be one wave, because then it's about to repeat itself. So there's one, put a little one there, and then here's two. Now if we made it all the way up here, it'd be 3. So down here would be 2.5, and then we have about 2 3/4. Right, with the mouse is hard. All right, so we have, in other words, 2.75. This is why I put those lines in my 7s. That way you know that they're 7s. All right, so that's the number of waves. And if this took 1 second, and a hertz is how many waves per second, then we are left with 2.75 hertz. So because it's divided by 1, it's easy. I'll go over another example. So what about this wave? Now this one's a little bit different because it starts on this midsection. So to count the wave, we need to stop at every time it's about to head down, because it's starting going down. So the next time it's starting going down is going to be one wave. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and if you kind of cut this in half, we have a half of a wave here. So 3.5. I'll just write it over here. 3.5. So there's 3.5 waves here. That would give this 3.5 hertz. All right. Now I'm going to suggest that you guys actually pause the video, try to find the frequency here before I do it. So go ahead, take a little pause, see if you get the correct answer. All right, how do you actually find the frequency of this wave? So again, we're going to have to count how many waves there are. So I like to make marks for every time it repeats. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we didn't get all the way down to half, so this would be 7.25. So we have 7.25 waves per second, also known as 7.25 hertz. All right, so now we found the frequency. On that other section that I'm going to want you guys to do is also a different word, but related, which is the period. Now, to find the period of the wave, well, first let's start off with what a period is. So a period is how long it takes one complete wave cycle to occur. So how long does one complete wave take? So down and up, or in this case it'd be like up and down. So this is actually the inverse of frequency. So frequency is waves per second. We want to know how many, a period, we want to know how many seconds per wave. So what's the time per wave? So this is actually just a little bit of math. You're going to take 1 divided by frequency. So in this case, we knew the frequency for the first one was 2.75 hertz. So the period would be 1 divided by 2.75, which equals 0.36. And on the calculator it says 0.363636. I'm okay with you rounding there. And so this is seconds. Yeah, this would be labeled in seconds. Seconds. So every 0.36 seconds is one wave, is what a period would mean. All right, so for our next one, so the medium we found was 3.5. So again, 1 divided by 3.5 hertz. And I should do this properly too. So now if we took 1 divided by 3.5, you're going to see that it's 0.285, so I'm going to round that to 2.9 seconds. So the period of this medium frequency is 0.29 seconds. And again, you guys could take a little break and try to figure out what is this period. So I'd suggest pause the video and try to figure it out. I'm just going to set it up. So you're going to take 1 divided by the frequency, which in this case is 7.25. So 1 divided by 7.25 hertz. And if we plug that baby in, 1 divided by 7.25, we're going to get 0.1, round. It's 1.37, so 0.137, so it's actually, that's a 4. Oh, it's a 4. So 0.14 second per wave. So it takes 0.14 seconds for that to occur. Another 0.14 seconds, another 1.4 seconds. So again, period is how long it takes for one wave to occur. All right, this was part 2 of the video.